the AirPod story. You know, this day and age, you can track your crap. And you would hope, and I've got a great story to tell, you would hope that the cleaning crews on airplanes, when they find stuff, that they would do the right thing and turn it in. But unfortunately, some of the cleaning crews that go on airplanes, they rip stuff off.
Yeah.
I left something on a plane years ago. I had an old iPod, and I had some Bose noise-canceling earbuds, and I left the damn things on an airplane. I was distracted. I was talking to somebody next to me, and it was in the seat pocket. I got off. I left this, and I never saw it again. It's like, come on, really?
TIAs, I left my phone on a plane like that.
Yep.
Dude, I got the phone back. TIA's the best. They went through.
You mean
TPA, whatever.
TPA. I like TPA. Well,
TIA is the designation.
But they went out of the way.
No. The designation is TPA. So the airport code is TPA.
TIA really isn't a thing. You're not
TIA
supposed to
is
say that.
a local thing.
I remember the old stickers. I love TIA.
Yeah,
remember?
It's Tampa International Airport, and some people say TIA, but
no, you can't.
Yeah,
It's
I always
not.
called it TIA.
They want to be TPA.
All right, this is good. My point was they went beyond what they needed to do to get my phone back.
What is the toilet paper situation at TPA?
Now, Froggy, where did you leave your phone?
I left it on a plane.
Right, so it was the airline.
Yeah, and so I was like in my car leaving, and I was like, my phone! And I went back in, and they...
Yeah, try to get back through security.
The security guard helped me, walked me back.
Oh,
it was
really?
really, really great. It was fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah, it was impressive.
How long ago was this?
This was maybe 2 years ago. I was very frantic going on a business trip. I lost my phone.
Dude, you threw your phone against the wall last week. What's the status of that?
I picked all the glass out, and it's good as new.
Oh, you know what? Somebody did send me a note on that.
Really?
That it's a plastic protective lens or something.
Yeah, I picked it all out.
Or it's a glass protective lens.
There's still a piece there that is...
But now you've lost your waterproofing on the phone.
You gotta
Let me test it.
Green coat.
He just spit on his phone lens. Stop!
Yeah.
Stop!
Completely waterproof.
Stop spitting on your lens.
These new apples are pretty water
Wow,
resistant.
great.
My God. So, Froggy, if you didn't hear it, Froggy took his phone and hurled it at the wall. Like a week old.
It was 4 days old.
What is it, an iPhone 13 or something? Or 14?
It's
or
the
what?
newer one.
iPhone 14.
14?
He throws it at the wall and cracks one of the lenses on the camera array.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? All right, back over to the airplane and the AirPods. I don't know why people think they can get away with this. And this woman, totally busted the story. Earlier this month, here in March, Elizabeth, that's Alisa, Elizabeth Hayden, who hails from Washington State, she lost her AirPods. And, of course, those are the wireless earbuds from Apple. They're not that cheap. She was getting off a plane. She was deplaning in San Francisco, and then she realized that her AirPods were missing. And it took her 2 weeks, and she finally got her AirPods back. She was flying back from Tokyo in Japan to visit her husband, who's on, I guess he's in the military. And, hey, maybe he's stationed at Yokosuka. So flying back from Tokyo, husband in the military. So maybe, Yokosuka is just south of Tokyo, and that's where the U.S. 7th Fleet is based, at Yokosuka, the Japanese naval base. Michelle, my lovely wife, she lived at Yokosuka, Japan for 5 years, 1980 to 1985. Her dad was in the Marines at Yokosuka in Japan. So she's flying back to see her husband. She leaves the plane at San Francisco International Airport. She got off this 9-hour flight from Tokyo, and she actually left a denim jacket on her seat at the back of the plane.
Oh.
She says, quote, I realized before I was even off the plane, I was the third from last off the plane. So I asked the flight attendant if I can go get it. He said no.
No, because you can't get back on the plane once you walk past the door.
I was required by federal law to get off the plane and stand beside it where the strollers were brought to. I was tired, and he said he'd bring it to me. I said, okay. He did bring her the denim jacket, and she boarded her next flight from San Francisco to Seattle. She said, a child was screaming next to me, and I thought, at least I have my AirPods. She reached in her jacket. She left the two breast pockets buttoned up, one with her earphones and one with some Japanese yen in it. The pockets were open. My AirPods were gone. The plane had already taken off to Seattle, but Hayden used in-flight Wi-Fi to track the earphones using the Find My app, tracks Apple devices. The AirPods were showing at San Francisco. Then she realized they're moving. The AirPods were moving from San Francisco. She says, I'm a diligent person, and I tracked the whole way from San Francisco to Seattle, taking some screenshots the entire time. I live an hour from Seattle, and once I got home, I was still taking screenshots. The AirPods by now were showing up at a place on the map called United Cargo, still within the airport. But the cargo side of the airline, not the passenger side, they then moved to Terminal 2, then Terminal 3. Then they were on Highway 101.
So somebody has them and they're on the move.
Then the AirPods are heading south towards San Mateo.
No, Fesher, they're actually running away themselves with their little AirPod legs.
Little legs.
Finally free.
Then the AirPods end up in what appeared to be a residential address in the San Francisco Bay Area and stayed there for 3 days. She had a full track on this thing.
We're on the run.
From the minute she realized they were gone, she tried to get them back. She messaged United and SFO, the airport, from the plane, tried to get the San Francisco police involved.
They don't care.
And then Hayward, California, where the AirPods were showing up, she worked out the email format for United employee emails and blasted every single executive that she could find across the country for United. She said, I hit every avenue I could find and used every possible form of communication. In the meantime, she says that the AirPods, she marked them as lost on the app, so anyone who used them would hear a message telling them that they were hers and giving them her phone number. United says... she says, she claims that United Airlines was god-awful in their communications with her.
Yeah, probably.
First, they were like, I'm sorry you lost your belongings on our flight. She said, I didn't lose them. I was denied the ability to go get my jacket, and now my $250 AirPods are missing.
All right, she was denied the ability to go back on the plane because of FAA law.
Right.
I mean, so call your congressman on that one.
The person who helped was a detective from the San Mateo Police Department. He matched the address the earphones were pinging at from an address for an employee at the airport, a contractor working to load food onto the aircraft. United would later clarify to Hayden in an email that they were not a United employee that stole her AirPods, but a vendor.
Yeah, a lot of contractors or vendors run those planes in between flights.
Yeah, United confirmed to CNN, where I saw the story, that employees worked for a United vendor and said the matter had been handed over to law enforcement. In an additional statement, United Airlines says, we hold our vendors to the highest standards, and we're working with local authorities to take care of this matter in the investigation. Hayden says the detective told her that the information had been given to United Cargo, and they were going to call this person into the office to be questioned. Next couple of days, she said, I was watching my AirPods at this man's house. They should have died because I hadn't charged them before my trip, but I kept getting a notification about the AirPods. And also that it was... they had been seen by the app, which meant that someone had connected their iPhone to her AirPods.
Does the guy get arrested?
Hang on. A few days later, the detective called her again to say that the employee had been questioned. He denied having the AirPods until being shown the tracking screenshots of the AirPods at his house.
Oh, that is my house.
Oh, wait a minute. The AirPods are pinging here all the way from San Francisco International Airport. So he denied, but then they showed him the screenshot, and then... he denied having them, at which point he said that he'd been given them by one of the airplane cleaners. Yeah. Now the matter is being investigated by the San Francisco Airport Police. They're going to submit a case to the San Mateo District Attorney's Office, blah, blah, blah. After 12 days of chasing, Hayden finally got her AirPods back. Not in peak condition. She says they look like they've been stomped on. It's almost like after they showed the person the tracking information, they try to stomp on them to like stop the tracking.
Yeah.
They were wrapped in toilet paper.
For safe handling.
They were wrapped in toilet paper-sized bubble wrap, is what she said. When she flagged United about the condition, she said that she was told to leave feedback through a contact form. A week later, and after CNN first contacted the airline, Hayden was told she would receive $271.91 in expenses to buy a new pair, plus 5,000 miles on United as an apology.
Okay.
Is that crazy? You got to be. If you have these Apple products, you can track it, or with the AirTags or the different type of tiles these days. You got to be. If you think you're going to get away with stuff, you're not in some cases.
Right, so the lesson here is don't walk off the plane without your coat.
The lesson is, you got to just get in the mindset of just doing a complete search. Because sometimes on a long flight, you forget where you put stuff. You put stuff in a seat pocket.
Or you put it in the pocket.
You got to be careful. You just got to remember, just make sure you walk off the plane with everything. If you walked on with a carry-on and a suitcase, make sure you get everything.
But if you're trying to sleep on the plane and you've taken like melatonin or Xanax or...
Could be a little foggy.
It could be foggy.
So you got to be careful, but that's just an amazing story.